time of the week. One more time, it is Happy Sunday. It's Super Bowl Sunday, so make sure you go watch the bowl. Go Bucks, go to weekend, all that. But we had another week of matches, y'all. And while we had some fair matches, we had some solid matches, and we had some trash matches. There were some matches that we saw this week that was like, you know what? That joint right there, that was pretty good. I gotta go back and watch that. I gotta do the reruns, baby. But no reruns here. It's all facts, you know? My name is Jordan Moser, and these are your top 5 matches of the week. First up, coming in on the list at number 5, we do have from Monday Night Raw, we got Edge versus Randy Orton. This was the best Raw main event in a little bit because Raw's been kind of trash as of late. But this is just playing off of the feud that the two had back in 2020. You could see it from the opening bell and them just colliding with each other. These two men hate each other, and they really played off of that throughout the rest of the match. Edge was in good form here. This is his first one-on-one match back since he tore his tricep back at the greatest wrestling match ever. Don't forget, y'all. Don't forget. But this is his first match back, like outside of the Royal Rumble, which he lasted 58 minutes in. So he was really probably exhausted. Commentary was playing on the fact that he was probably exhausted, and he hasn't been in a situation like this in a long time as well. And that definitely made it more poignant as he was just exhibiting that never say die attitude throughout the match. And Randy was in rare form here. I think he has the heel moveset down to a science, really, and just how a heel should lay out this match. And so he was just in rare form as well. I didn't care for the Alexa Bliss stuff at the end. It kind of took away from it a little bit because, of course, the Fiend will come back eventually. That allowed Edge to pick up the spear and get the W at the end and kind of take away from his moment a little bit. But outside of that, everything preceding the Alexa Bliss stuff was phenomenal. I really liked what they did and kind of the story that they continue to tell. And finally, Edge is done with Randy Orton. Hopefully. Pray to God. Please. Please let them be done. But yeah, good stuff here. And that was my number 5 match of the week. Coming in at number 4 on our list from the Dusty Rhodes Classic, we got Legato del Fantasma versus Lucha House Party. This was pretty fun stuff, especially like the last 5 minutes in the back end of this match, because it basically boiled down to a spot fest. And sometimes spot fest can get really unorderly and unnecessary with the placement of certain moves. That was not the case with this, in my opinion. This definitely, they structured it right. They structured it perfectly just for the back end of this match. Legato and Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde really proved their worth, I think, in this match. I know their first match in the Dusty Rhodes Classic was kind of but this one right here, they really proved their worth against Lucha House Party and how they could really come together. We haven't seen them team a lot since they formed the group with Santos Escobar, so it was definitely really good to see them kind of get their shine and get the victory here. Lucha House Party, they always do their thing. It's just high-speed action all the time, and Metalik and Lince Dorado are some of the best luchadors and wrestlers in the world, so it did not disappoint me that they were just doing the same thing that they continue to do. Like, they don't deviate from it at all, and they don't need to, because that's their thing. But even just moves in this match near the end, like the double DDT from Joaquin Wilde and the moonsault to the outside from Metalik. Like, everything that was just happening in the back end of this match was really impressive, really fun to watch, and so just solid action. Legato moving on in the tag team tournament. They face MSK next. I can't wait for that. That should be a really baller of a match. But yeah, this is my number 4 match of the week. Next up, coming in at number 3 from AEW Beach Break, we got Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, against Thunder Rosa. This was a very hard-hitting match. This is extremely physical. Both women really came in with just intent to harm each other, just stemming from their feud that's been happening over the past couple months. And while I think I associate more hard-hitting stuff and more physicality with Thunder Rosa, Britt Baker was no slouch here. Like, she definitely showed how physical and how aggressive that she can really be, definitely playing up that heel character that she has been developing over the past year. So it definitely came to fruition here. I think it's really the first major match where she's being allowed to actually portray that in the ring. So that was awesome. But in the ring, outside the ring, on the stage, physicality all over. That Death Valley driver on the stage, that joint was beautiful. But yeah, this is the best women's feud in AEW history. So it definitely had a big fight feel and really had the allowance to really breathe and just extend for the 15 minutes that they were fighting. The Reba stuff at the end, I didn't mind too much. That is kind of her bread and butter. That's what she does. I had a feeling the match wasn't going to end clean anyway, because Britt needs to be built up strong, especially with the Women Eliminators tournament coming up. I definitely feel that she is going to win that and eventually take the belt off of Shida. Not sure of that, but definitely just a hunch. But yeah, just great action from these two. Definitely a bravo. Definitely one of the best physical women's matches that we've seen in a minute. And that's my number 3 match of the week. Coming in at number 2, we do have from the Dusty Rhodes Classic in NXT, the tag team main event, Undisputed Era with Roderick Strong and Adam Cole against Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher. Wow, was this an exciting main event. In my opinion, this was the best match of the Dusty Rhodes Classic so far, but all 4 men are just incredible workers. You see, even at the beginning, Ciampa and Cole going kind of one-on-one for the first time in a minute since stemming all the way back from their feud in their match at TakeOver Portland a bit ago. But yeah, just having them kind of go one-on-one in the ring was just cool. And then having the other 2 come in, who are the grapplers, who are the wrestlers of each of their respective teams, and just seeing them get on the mat with the stiff shots and the grappling and everything like that, it was lovely. And then the back end of this match, really just a lot of high impact moves from Undisputed Era, but Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa, they came together, you know, their chemistry is just burgeoning. It's lovely. It's been going throughout the rest of this tournament. We even see at the end when Undisputed Era is going for their end of heartache last shot combo, Timothy Thatcher saves Ciampa. He saves his boy, you know? He grabs them. Eventually, Tommaso Ciampa gets that Widow's Bell on Roderick Strong for the 1-2-3, and him and Thatcher are moving on. This was lovely, just high-paced action. Definitely one of the best matches of the tournament so far, if not the best, in my opinion. Ciampa and Thatcher are facing GYV next week, which I might need a sweat towel for in just a bucket, because I'm going to be just profusely sweating throughout the entire match that's going to happen. But yeah, this is just lovely stuff. Definitely for the best workers they have on NXT. They just put together a lovely little mini tag team classic here. So that's my number 2 match of the week. Coming in at number 1 on this list, it's been the most talked about thing in wrestling in the past 5 days. We got the main event from AEW Beach Break. We got Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers versus the team of Jon Moxley, Pac, and Rey Fénix. This was balls to the wall the entire time. I don't remember in my recollection any rest holds, not a lot of tags that just happened in this match. It was fast paced and it kept moving all this time. Rey Fénix is such a delight. He's really the glue for anything that he's involved in or that he sticks his hand in. Tag team action, singles action, anything like that. He is really the glue that kind of holds everything together and does things that we've never even seen before. So he was just a delight. He is definitely the star of the show for me. But him, Pac, and Moxley's kind of chemistry came together, kind of came to a crescendo during the end of this match. But not to take away anything from the Good Brothers, because the Good Brothers look the best here that they have since they've been to AEW, in my opinion. I think kind of teaming with Omega gave them that new lease on life a little bit, you know, teaming with the champion. The heel team did get the win with that Magic Killer and that One-Winged Angel on Rey Fénix for the 1-2-3, and they won this part of the war. They only won the battle, and if you're going to have a battle, this was the best way to start it off. Like, there was nothing like this. But the real story came even after the match. Kenta from New Japan Pro Wrestling showing up. The forbidden door, ladies and gentlemen, has been opened for AEW and New Japan to work together. This was the really only thing that they could do to combat WWE and to have Jon Moxley defend the U.S. Heavyweight Championship against Kenta. That's coming February 26th at New Beginning USA. But everything that came together for the last 20 minutes of AEW Dynamite was some of the most enthralling stuff that we've seen this new year. Some of the most high-paced action and just fun stuff that we've seen in AEW for a minute. And I am really, really, really excited. Like, once this pandemic comes down, if AEW and New Japan continue to work together, somebody in trouble. Somebody is in trouble, boy. But this was just amazing stuff from all 6, 7, if you count Kenta, all of those men involved. And this is my number 1 match of the week. And that is going to do it from your boy. If you thought I left some matches off of this list that you thought were peachy keen this week, go ahead and drop them in the chat. You know, I'll go and watch them because I am a wrestling match enthusiast. All right, I'll go ahead and watch them. Leave your comments and anything. Share, like, subscribe, the whole nine, all the cliche stuff and all that. Tell your mama, tell your grandmama, tell your daddy, everybody in your family. Tell them. But videos will continue to drop throughout the week. That is going to be it from me. I will see you soon. Peace out. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Go Buccaneers. Go Brady. All that. I'll catch y'all around.